Welcome. Some of you have taken up the art of letter writing these days, or maybe sending cards, and that's a really good thing because people are missing each other. And what is better than receiving a card or a note from someone that you know cares about you? Well, as I thought about that, I wondered, what would it have been like for the Israelites traveling in the wilderness if they received a letter from God? So use your imaginations and come along with me now. Oh wow, what a beautiful gift. I wonder what that's all about. But we won't open it because you're always supposed to read the card that goes with it first, right? This one says, "To my children, the Israelites," and it's written in cursive, so you know it must be special. Let's see what this letter says. It's from God. "Dear Israelites, you have only been out of Egypt for a month and a half and you are already complaining. Uh-oh. You yearn for the food you ate while you were slaves in Egypt. Food like melons and onion and garlic and cucumbers and pots of meat. I know those foods taste great, but hey, what about the taste of freedom that I gave you? I know it's a long, hot and sandy journey in the desert, but I have my reasons. Don't you trust me? I have led you into the desert to keep you safe from warring people. How soon you have forgotten all I have done for you. Haven't I assured you I am with you by leading you by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night? Perhaps you are taking things for granted. Remember the 10 plagues I brought upon Egypt to motivate Pharaoh to let you go? Hey, and what about the parting of the Red Sea when I safely rescued you from Egypt's army? Haven't you heard there is no whining and wandering with me? Now, not all of you complain, but plenty of you do, and frankly, it gets old, especially to see how ungrateful you sometimes are. Do I need to remind you that I know your needs even before you ask? But I did make a promise, and I will keep it. Therefore, I have sent you a unique gift. I'm not going to spoil you by putting it on a silver platter, though. You will have to work for it. This is a partnership, what I call a covenant relationship. But I won't let you go hungry on my watch. So, let's see what you can cook up as we camp out and travel on this amazing adventure together. So open your unique gift and enjoy." Wow, it sounds like God was displeased with his people, and yet he gives them this beautiful gift. That is so like God. He is so caring and forgiving, maybe even to a fault. Okay. So, first of all, we see an apron. Okay. It says, "Have you hugged your Presbyterian today?" And the answer to that would be no, because we are social distancing. But I'm going to put the apron on in preparation. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, this is fun. We've got packing noodles. So something in here must be fragile, or perhaps it's in there for freshness. Let's see what else. Oh, this is interesting. There's a little wooden bowl and a grinding stone. And some measuring cups. And some olive oil. And a little salt. there is this jar of, I'm not sure exactly what that is. It looks kind of like grits, or some kind of fine flour. Okay. Another jar. Looks like we're going to put something in a beautiful jar here. Let's put it that way. And a wooden spoon. Okay. And another jar of, looks like seeds. Yeah, it smells like coriander seeds. Well, that's interesting. And then a big mixing bowl. Great. Let's see, we'll move that off. And the recipe card. Okay, we'll just move all this over here, out of the way. All right. Let's see what it says. There's a list of all the basic ingredients that we just put on the table. And then there's instructions, but wait, there's more. There are handwritten notes on the sides of this recipe card. It looks like hints for the best possible results. My mom used to do that on recipe cards that she gave me, especially when I was learning to cook. It is very thoughtful. God is so down to earth, don't you think? Recipe for bread of heaven. Listen closely. Early in the morning, after the dew dries up, you'll see thin flakes like frost on the ground. I call it manna, like man, and it's going to be good. Ha ha. Gather 1/10 of an ephah. That's 1 omer per person for each person in your tent. You must use fresh manna each day. Do not use day-old manna, for it will get buggy. When you gather it, you will probably ask, what is it? That's natural, because it's not like anything that you have ever seen or tasted. Oh, by the way, raw manna tastes kind of like wafers made with honey, so the eventual bread will naturally be sweetened. Now, take an omer of manna, that's a little over 9 cups or 2 quarts and a handful of the flaky-looking white stuff. Some say it looks like coriander. Let's see. So if we were to take, this is a 1 cup measure, we would take 9 cups of this, or this 2 cups measure, we'd need 4 of these plus 1 of these. And we would pour everything in the bowl. Next it says grind the coriander. So we'll pour some of that in there because I'm curious to see how that's going to look. And we would begin grinding away. And the seeds are really small, but it's really difficult to get those pulverized so that they're going to look like this jar. God said he wasn't going to put it on a silver platter, and he was right. You're going to have to work hard for this. Okay, we don't have time to do the whole recipe, so this is just a sample. So then we would take the pulverized coriander seed, put it in our bowl, add a little oil, maybe a little salt, and then stir it all up. Then we're going to take it and make it into little cakes, and we're going to bake it. And voila, there is our manna. Okay, so it's going to look like this as we make the flour. Did you know that you can also boil this? What a bonus. So if you boil it, it makes kind of like a cereal or porridge, and maybe with a little honey. God says, hint, if you have dates or raisins left over from Egypt, it really makes this dish. But remember, do not keep this overnight, for it will go bad, and flies can't get enough of this manna. Oh, by the way, it pairs well with quail. Oh yeah, I'll be sending these tasty birds to you at night. Bonus, right? One last thing. I told you you that you have to collect just enough manna every day. But on the sixth day, you can collect double. So you won't have to cook on the Sabbath. Because remember, that is my day for you to worship me. But don't worry. Your manna bread won't spoil that day because I will add a little mysterious something to preserve your special bread from heaven. Bon appetit, love God. Did you know that God instructed the Israelites to put an omer of manna in the Ark of the Covenant right next to the Ten Commandments and Aaron's staff? I wonder why God thought manna was so important. What do you think?